Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. For those who already know what I'm about on this channel, you might know where I'm going with this video. But if you're new to the channel, I'm Luke Kelsall from Growing Nature, and today I'm going to be talking about the best investment you can make. So let's get into the video. So obviously there are so many different investments you can make: crypto, real estate, gold, stocks, even just your own business or investing in yourself. There's so many different investments, but I personally think the best investment you can possibly make is planting fruit trees like this one here. Fruit trees obviously have so many benefits that growers already know about, but I wanted to get onto the financial side of it, because this is where I think it crosses over between growers and people who are actually genuinely just thinking about investments, or investments in what is the best place to put your money, what's a good solid asset to own. And seriously, fruit trees and food forests are one of the best assets you can possibly own. So let's break it down. If you plant one fruit tree, it costs you about £20 to plant a fruit tree. Every single year after the first 3 years, if you were to bag up that fruit that tree has produced, and then you were to total it, say you sell it on the market, organic fruit, times it by the number of years that tree is alive, so it's probably 100 years, and then take away the initial investment, and you'll see, just from a financial standpoint, that it is actually the best return investment you can possibly own. It's like thousands of % return. You know, if you had like a crypto or a property or some other investment that returned that good, you'd be piling your money into it. But the fact that it's a solid asset that produces every single year, like you're not reliant on something else. You know it's secure, and you know it's going to continue to produce for you. And this is why it's, again, another amazing investment. Planting fruit trees is also an investment in the property itself. So say if you're buying a home and you have a bit of land and you plant fruit trees on it, that is increasing the value of your property. You know, whether some people value that or not, which I think everyone should value having fruit trees. Say if I was to buy a home and it had 50 fruit trees already producing on it, I mean, it's definitely got some value on it. And if that's not including the price, then you need to get somebody to revalue your property to include it. But like I said, it's not just about the financial side, it's about investing in your health, in the food security, in just creating something special, you know, in your own back garden. They are one of the best things to have in the garden, because they just provide fruit year on year with no maintenance or no work required. So effectively I could plant a fruit tree, you know, wait for 3 years for it to produce its first fruit, and then every year after that I wouldn't have to do a single minute of work on that tree, unless I wanted to prune it, which doesn't take long anyway. I wouldn't have to do any work on that tree, and it would continue to produce tons and tons of fruit from each year. It's like a compounding effect. So, you know, 1 year you get a certain amount of fruit, year after you get a little bit more, year after you get a little bit more, and it just continues like that for a lifetime. So you literally, one investment, one planting a tree provides a lifetime of fruit. This is obviously not only good for just growing and, you know, having a good garden, but think about the food independence aspect of that. You know, like at the current times when people are talking about, oh, there's food shortages, all this stuff, like, you know, people concerned about food security. Having your own garden and fruit trees specifically is literally one of the best things we can do, because it's just easy food. And not only is it easy to grow, it's also the best quality food you can possibly buy. What I mean by that is you can't actually buy fruit that compares even close to the fruit you're growing in trees. And I can say this because I've tasted the fruit that comes off my trees, and comparing it to the ones you buy in the supermarket, it's just another level. And it's obvious if you think about it. The fruit you pick off your trees, you pick it ripe, you know, and you eat it almost straight after picking. The fruit you buy on the shelves at the supermarket are usually picked unripe and taste horrible because they're being left on the shelf for a week, you know, minimum, right? And think about that, right? Obviously the fruit aged on the shelf is bad, but if a fruit is picked unripe, how can you expect it to taste good, let alone be nutritionally fully complete? But it's not just about taste. If it tastes bad, that's a sign that it hasn't even developed properly yet. So you're eating fruit that's not ready to be eaten. The final stages of ripening of the fruit and tree are actually the key part to getting a nutritionally complete fruit. So without that natural ripening on the tree, it's actually lacking in all the nutrients. So this is another thing. It's an investment in your health. Now, investing in your health is obviously an amazing thing to do, right? And I don't have to talk about that much in this channel, because anyone who grows food knows that growing food is better for your health, like the quality of the food, organic, freshness. People need to understand that growing food is seriously important. right? It's not just something that's like, oh yeah, some people can choose to do or some people can choose not to. I think taking control of your own food source is one of the best things we can do, because think about it, it's one of the most important things for humans to eat food and live off their own gardens. That's why I think growing fruit trees, which is the easy thing to grow in the garden, is one of the best investments you can possibly make, even if you're not a grower. You don't have to be a grower to plant a fruit tree. And to be honest, you could just employ people to plant the trees for you. That's how easy it is. So aside from all the benefits I've talked about, the financial side and the benefits growers already know about, there's one last benefit that I can't actually explain. It's more of an experience. When you plant your own fruit trees, you'll know what I mean. It's that when you come down and pick a ripe piece of fruit and eat it fresh, straight off the tree, it connects you to the food source, it connects you to nature, almost like a mindfulness meditation, right? Again, I can't explain it, but if you were to pick fruit off the tree and get in the garden, you know exactly what I mean. This is why I'm on a mission to inspire other people to start growing food, because I think it's genuinely one of the best things we can do. You know, invest in ourselves, invest in the food forest environment, the community, health, whatever it is, right? I want to bridge the gap between growers, because you don't have to be a grower or a gardener to grow food, and just everyday people who have other interests. I want to show you how easy it is to plant your own fruit trees. You know, it's not a full-time job. This is why I have this channel, because I like to show people and demonstrate firsthand how easy it is to grow food. You know, I learned from experience just in the garden, and I look to nature for the answers as much as possible, because I see growing food doesn't have to be hard. Like, look at nature. All the forests and the jungles, whatever it is, they're all thriving. Nobody's maintaining them. This is the same principle, and how easy it can be to have your own food forest. It's planting a tree and leaving it. And again, that's another reason why I think it's one of the best assets to own. So hopefully I've sold you on the idea why it's the best asset to own. So hopefully I've inspired you to start your own food forest, so then you can own the best asset. So as always, if you like the video, make sure you hit the like button because it really helps me out. Subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.